So today I'm putting some wave petunias and a little bit of purple sweet potato vine in these concrete pots. They hang over this driveway, which is quite a ways down. I'm gonna go with this red, white, and never seen these before. They're called Black Magic petunias. These are not waves. These red and whites are waves. These are not waves. I got one bloomed here. I'd never seen it before. I mean, that is black. I thought it'd have some purple in it. It's not. I mean, it is black. So they're going with black, white, purple, and this beautiful dark purple sweet potato vine. And I'm hoping that the sweet potato vine gets really long and hangs down. The purple doesn't seem to get as long as the green, but I think it really goes with what I'm doing here. So, hold on a second, and I'm going to show you how I do this. One thing to remember, some people for some reason think it's cool or pretty, or they need to remember, and they leave the tags in. I am not a fan of tags. I see no reason in leaving tags in pots. I'm also not a big fan of straight rows. I mean, if it's something that's going to grow together, you're not going to see the rows, you know, that's fine. But you want them to grow and look natural. To me, I don't need perfect rows unless they're going to grow together and look like a giant bunch and you're not going to see the lines. Okay, so here we go here. Well, let me go back to one I've already done. If you look in here, when I do this, I never want the pot, like the plant itself. Let me pull it out. You never want the sides of this to actually be against the concrete. You want to put dirt in between as you plant it. And you also don't want two plants up against each other. You don't want to plant them side by side. Even if they're going to be close, you still want some dirt in between. As you're taking them out of the pot, sometimes you'll see this, where the roots have grown through. Don't worry about taking some of those off. It isn't going to hurt it at all. See, I just pulled it through. What broke off, and what didn't. We can see this is getting a little root bound. So, you really want to loosen those. You want to be gentle. You don't really want to tear at them, because then you end up ripping a lot of them off. But you want to give it a nice start, you know? You want to get them a little frayed, really bunched up right there. Get that tag out of there. You know, loosen it up. You don't want the plant to have to spend that extra energy to spread its roots out. It's going to take longer to grow, and it's just, I think it really makes for a healthier plant. And what I'm doing is, I want to set up where I want them to go. Just in the pots. I'm going to just set them, see if I like them, move them around. Sometimes it don't work. You got to change it up. So that's what I've done here. And even after I kind of set them to the side, I'm lucky enough to have all these are the same, so I can always refer to the one next to it to make sure that I'm making them all the same. With these, I just want the whites, they'll be evenly spread out if all of them are the same. The sweet potato parent on the left on each one, so as it grows down, they're going to be equally spaced apart. Alright, this is my dirt from last year. Sometimes I take out the first layer depending on how it looks like. I am going to take out a little bit of this. It has a lot of roots. And if it's really root bound, you don't want to keep that because it's just not as good. A lot of the good nutrients have already been taken out of it. I always mix some new in. Even if you have plenty here, I always take a little bit out. I got some Miracle-Gro potting soil I'm using today. But actually, I like the Back Toe nursery mix. It's my absolute favorite. I'm waiting to get some in, so I may do with the Miracle-Gro. I know a lot of people are super big on the Miracle-Gro, but I really like the Back Toe, and that way I can manage the fertilizer on my own. A lot of people will just break up the stuff on top, and they'll leave the stuff on the bottom. I want to break this up all the way down to the bottom. I want it all to be nice and soft so they can get their roots down in there nice and easy. out a lot of work. And then they got to spend their energy on that rather than spending it on growing beautiful blooms. Okay, now I've got that all broken up. And this is, I've put my Miracle-Gro stuff in this pot because that bag was so large I don't want to carry it up here like that. You're a lot faster at this, but I'm making this video, so we're going to put some of this good stuff in there. Sometimes you actually want to leave a little more space in this so it leaves you space to work. Alright. We're going to put this. Hold on, guys. I need to get a stand. So I'm going to bring one from home tomorrow. One of my other videos. Like I said, I want to break those up a little bit. These ones are kind of big, not too bad. Let me see how it leans. And I want it to lean the way we want it to grow. So I'm going to lean it that way. Like I said, I want some dirt on all sides of it for it to grow the roots into. Beside that one, we got a beautiful red one that's going to go right here. I know most people wear gloves. There's nothing like getting your hands in the dirt. I know I spend a long time scrubbing my hands in the evenings, but sometimes I do wear gloves, but just can't help but put my hands in the dirt and making a nice little hole, everything around that's nice and soft. You don't want to just dig a hole and have the dirt around it be hard. There we go. We're going to put another red one here. See, what I'm thinking is I want my waves in the front because I want them to hang down. And those black magic are going to get big and bushy. So I'm going to put those here, so they'll fill up here and those will go over. That's the idea. Okay, whatever I get on the ground, I'll use the blower and clean that up later. Don't be afraid to make them a mess. You can always clean it up later. A little bird or something over there. Here's something. Is it a bird? Where'd it go? I heard it hopping around. I see little nests. Sidetracked. And I am putting one wave in the back of it, which I'm hoping will still kind of flow over this way. See, I got 4 in the front and 3 in the back. Oh, I didn't break the roots up on this one yet. Might have a little bit too much dirt in here. But you always want to go with more dirt than less. I've seen people fill up a pot and have it be like down here and put their flowers in. You got to remember, not only is it good for the plants, obviously they have more room for their roots to grow, especially with this many, but when you water it, the more dirt you have, the more dirt to absorb that water and hold it. So I want my pots full like that. I mean, almost to the top. You want a little bit so that when you water, the water has somewhere to go, so you don't want it flush, but you want it pretty full. I'll just go back around and see if I missed. There's spots that could use a little extra potting soil right in there. Every little bit counts. So, here we go. I got 3 done. I'll definitely do updates on these as they grow, too. Beautiful. And I want to give you a quick glance at what I used here. So these are what I used in those concrete pots above the driveway. But black magic petunia, wave red, a white red, and this is just a sweet potato vine, but I used the 5-leaf purple sweet